There was a time when entire cities felt spiritually empty. Churches existed, people gathered, songs were sung, but something was missing, something real, something alive. And deep in that silence, a man was being prepared, not by fame, not by position, but by conviction. Charles Finney was not raised as a preacher. He didn't grow up dreaming of pulpits or crowds. He studied law. He trained his mind to think logically, to argue, to analyze evidence. And that became the very thing that would lead him to a moment that would change everything. Because one day, while studying legal texts, he began to read the Bible. Not casually, not religiously, but like a case, like something that needed to be proven. And what he found disturbed him. Because if what he was reading was true, then everything around him was wrong, and the people who claimed to believe didn't live like it. The churches that claimed power didn't show it. The faith that was spoken about felt empty, and he couldn't ignore it. Because logic doesn't allow you to ignore truth once you see it. So he wrestled, internally, silently, day after day. Until one morning, he made a decision. Not a small one, a final one. He would settle it, once and for all. He walked into the woods, alone, no audience, no pressure, just him, and the weight of everything he had been thinking. And there, something happened, something he would never forget. He tried to pray, but the words wouldn't come, because suddenly, he became aware of himself. His pride, his resistance, his unwillingness to fully surrender. And in that moment, he realized something terrifying. He wasn't just studying truth, he was resisting it. And that realization broke him. He fell to his knees, not out of tradition, but out of surrender. And for the first time in his life, he meant it. Not a rehearsed prayer, not something learned, but real, desperate, honest. And in that moment, everything changed. He later described it like waves, waves of something he couldn't explain, coming over him again and again. Peace, power, presence, not imagined, not emotional hype, but real, so real that he wept. Not out of sadness, but because something inside him had finally let go. That was the beginning. Not of a career, but of a calling. Because after that moment, he couldn't go back. He couldn't return to normal life. Because once you encounter something real, everything else feels empty. And so he began to speak. At first, quietly, then boldly. And what he carried was not just words, it was conviction. The kind of conviction that makes people uncomfortable. The kind that forces you to look at yourself. And people felt it. Not because of his voice, but because of what was behind it. And slowly, things began to happen. Small at first. People listening more closely. People thinking deeper. Then something shifted. Conviction. Not forced, not manipulated, but undeniable. People began to break, right there in meetings. Strong men weeping, proud individuals falling silent. Not because they were told to, but because something was confronting them internally. And that's when it spread, not as noise, but as impact. Entire towns began to change. Places known for corruption began to quiet down. E-bars lost customers, not because they were shut down, but because people stopped going. Crime decreased, not because of enforcement, but because hearts changed. And suddenly, people started asking questions. Who is this man? What is happening here? Why are entire communities shifting? And the answer wasn't simple, because it wasn't about the man. It was about what he carried. A refusal to accept empty faith. A refusal to perform religion. A refusal to speak without power, and that made him different. But being different comes with a cost. Criticism began. Religious leaders questioned him. Some opposed him openly. They didn't like his methods. They didn't like his urgency. They didn't like the fact that he didn't follow tradition, because he would call people to respond immediately, not later, not after service, but now, because he believed something most people avoided, that when God moves, delay is dangerous. And that challenged everything people were used to. But despite opposition, the results couldn't be ignored. Lives were changing. Families were being restored. Communities were shifting. And revival was no longer just a word. It became visible, tangible, real. And the more it spread, the more resistance grew. Because not everyone welcomes change, especially the kind that exposes truth. There were moments of exhaustion, moments where the weight of it all felt heavy, because carrying something real comes with responsibility. People looked to him, expected from him, pressed him, but he understood something important. This was never about him. And the moment it becomes about the person, the power fades. So he stayed grounded. Prayer, discipline, consistency. Not just public strength, but private surrender. And that's what sustained him. Because what people saw was only part of the story. Behind the scenes was a man constantly aligning himself with God, constantly checking his heart, constantly choosing obedience, even when it wasn't easy. And that's what made the difference. Not talent, not charisma, but alignment. Because when a person is fully aligned, something flows through them that cannot be explained. And that's what people encountered. Not just a preacher, but presence. And it changed everything. But here's the part most people miss. Revival didn't start in the crowds. It started in the woods, alone, in surrender. Because before anything can change around you, something has to change within you. And that's where many people stop. They want impact without surrender. They want power without obedience. They want change without confrontation. But it doesn't work that way. And Finney's life proves it. Because everything that followed came from that one moment, that one decision, that one surrender. So now the question becomes personal. Not about him, but about you. What are you holding on to? What are you resisting? What truth have you seen, but refused to fully accept? Because the same God who met him in the woods still meets people today. Not always loudly, not always dramatically, but always intentionally. And sometimes, all it takes is one moment of real surrender. No performance, no pretending, just honesty. Because that's where everything begins. If this message spoke to you, don't scroll past it. Take a moment, reflect. And if you're ready to go deeper in your faith, make sure you like this video and subscribe to Graceful Guidance for more powerful stories that will strengthen your walk with God. And in the comments, be honest. What is one thing you feel God is asking you to surrender today?